Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Museum of Glass. Good morning. Today, we got a couple of different projects going on. One side of the shop, we got Trenton Kiocho. He's here making our annual ornament. How many of these things I make, do you know? How many, like, what's the total number? 500. There'll be 500, and they'll be signed. Are they signed? Yeah, they're in the store. They'll be numbered. So Trent's over here making. He's getting about 12 an hour. On the other side, we're going to be working on some pictures. Recently, we invited our staff to have a little contest to design something for the store. So today we're making one of the winners of that contest for our employees. And it's a cat picture. Do we have a picture of that? A picture of that picture? It's a contest for employees. That's what I called it. We'll see if we can get that up. Our regular MC is out sick today. So I'm going to just try to give you guys a quick little intro to what we're doing, and then we're just going to kind of let the music play and make some glass. So the way we start this process over here is Sarah's just added some color onto a clear bubble. All the color we use here is added externally. We only melt clear glass here, and that's the way the majority of studios are going to operate. It allows for a little bit more versatility. So we got two furnaces that hold about 800 pounds of clear glass. Trent's adding some color to his thing over here too with something we call frit. It's a crushed up glass. He's got a white there and a purple, and that's how he's going to get this kind of look right here. So let's tell you a little bit about the hot shop. The working temperatures, we have these units where we reheat the glass. Those are called glory holes. Those are running about 2200 degrees Fahrenheit. We got two furnaces. These run at 2125. So inside of here, there's a big kind of ceramic tank. It holds about 800 pounds when it's full. There's a diagram up you can see on the big screen there. Can I answer any questions? You guys have any questions? Our MC, I swear, he thought it was Friday yesterday, and that's why he ain't in work today. So there we go. This is what we're making on the big screen here. The black cat picture. We're going to do a couple different colors though. We're going to do a black, we're going to do a white, we're going to do like an amber, do a pink one. So we're just getting started. I'll get that door, Sarah. Sarah's just gone into that furnace and put some clear glass over that. We're using gray for this first one. Put a black tail on it. So everything that we make here has to be cooled slowly too. All the glass that we're making, if it were to just sit out here in room temperature, it would crack probably within minutes. So you'll see when Trent finishes that ornament, he's putting it in one of these black boxes. These are called annealing ovens. Annealing just means slow cooling of the glass. What's that? I said that. 500. Yeah, I said that. I said it. Yeah, I said it was in the store. I'm sorry? What kind of glass are we melting? We're melting spruce pine. It's a soda lime glass. It comes from Spruce Pine, North Carolina. Really nice. Probably, I'd say a glass blower's favorite. This is the old tried and true formula. 87 with. Are we melting with erbium? So just recently, we were actually melting a spruce pine, a lithium-free spruce pine, which we did not like. So the price of lithium has gone up because of electric vehicles. And something about lithium, when you put it in the glass, it makes it really like, it lasts, like the softness lasts longer. It makes it work a little bit longer. We melted that for about a year, and nobody around here has been liking that stuff. It was a little bit cheaper, but we're spending the extra money now and getting the glass with lithium, and it's much nicer. So these two little bowls that Trenton's dipping the glass in, this is colored glass. It's called frit. Here's an example of some frit. This is a green frit. So we get all our colored glass from a couple different companies, one in Germany. Actually, they're both in Germany now. They come in a couple different forms, frit being one of the forms. Frit's a really quick way to color something. You have different sizes from like a really fine sand to like a coarse gravel. He's using what I would say, let's see, size 1 and size 2. So the size 1 is kind of like a coarse sand. Size 2 is like just a little bit bigger than that. Oh yes, our MC's here. All right, I'm gonna hand you guys off to Emily. That was painful. That was painful. I did not want to talk today. Sometimes it's
So with those jacks here at the middle bench, we'll go in and carve in different lines of the body of the cat picture. At the middle bench, we're making a cat picture. And then on the far left bench, Trenton Kyocho is making our annual ornaments, which are on the tree inside of the store. The cat picture here was designed by one of our frontline staffs who, her name's Yasmin. This was a part of a contest for the Museum of Glass staff to enter and design a product. And if you were chosen, your product would be made here on the hot shop floor and you get to take one home. So we put all of the ornaments inside of the box here because we can't leave them in the natural environment. They will crack due to thermal shock. The glass has many layers, and so as those inner and those outer layers cool down, we have to help them cool back to room temperature in an oven. And here at the middle bench, for those of you who just joined, we're making a cat picture. They're super duper cute little kittens or cats. I don't know. Yeah, so we're going to connect an additional rod at the end of this pipe, the piece here with with an extra pipe. We're going to put a little bit of water on what we refer to as the jack line. We carved this line in earlier by pinching into the glass with a special tool known as the jacks. A little water on that jack line will tap the pipe and it'll remove itself from the initial blowpipe. Now we're going to work on the opposite side of the pitcher and begin to open it up where we had that little access point that we blew into the end of the rod, into the body of the glass. I want to give you guys just a basic overview of what we're using here in the hot shop, the different ovens, and if you guys have any questions, my name is Emily. Feel free to raise your hand and ask me questions. Just shout my name out. So, everything that we do here in the hot shop begins in our furnaces. The furnaces are the silver tanks here with the black doors. We have two of them, one on the left side and one on the right side. We dip into those furnaces to gather glass. So we'll dip into the furnace with a stainless steel rod. Can we please see the furnace diagram? So as you can see on the big screen there, the furnaces are powered by natural gas and forced air. They run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they hold about 1,000 pounds of molten hot glass, and they rest at 2,100 degrees. So when we dip into that furnace, we'll rotate that pipe, and the glass contains a certain level of viscosity, which allows it to adhere to itself. So then when we blow into the end of that pipe there, it'll create a bubble similar to the shape of a balloon. And this is how all things that are hollow made in glass start. And then we'll go in and out of our reheating chambers from the glory hole to the bench. Can we please see the glory hole diagram? So, the glory holes are powered by natural gas and forced air also. They're used to reheat the glass to keep it from breaking, and the temperature is kept around 2,300 degrees. So we must go in and out of the reheating chambers to keep the glass really hot, very malleable, so we can shape it at the bench. And although the glass looks orange, it's not orange, it's just clear when it cools down from those high temperatures. And today what we did to get color in the middle bench here on the cat picture was what we call a color overlay. So we add color to the glass, and then over here Trenton is dipping the clear glass into a bowl of what we called frit. It's chopped glass, and those are little pieces of like purple and other colors. So I will show you guys a little bit more about the color overlay process. Can we please see the color overlay video?
The color in glass comes from adding various materials to the mixture of raw ingredients called batch. Most of the colorants are compounds containing some kind of metal. For example, adding cobalt to clear glass creates a deep blue. Tin and antimony can be used to create white glass, and gold chloride can produce a rich red or pink colored glass. Colored glass is melted in furnaces, just like clear glass, and then is usually rolled into bars for storage and easy application. In order to apply color bar to a bubble, we first need to preheat the color to approximately 950 or 1000 degrees Fahrenheit in a color oven or garage. Once warm, the color is then picked up on the end of a punty rod using a little bit of clear glass as a support. The color is then heated in the 2300 degree glory hole to soften it and make it malleable, while another artist creates a small bubble of clear glass on a blowpipe. Once warm, the color is dropped over the clear bubble, and then using a variety of hand tools or the steel marver, the color is rolled back over the clear in an even layer. This process is called dropping color, or creating a color overlay. Depending on the project, that bubble is then usually gathered over with clear glass and blown into the final form. The finished product may appear to be all made from colored glass, but when viewed in cross-section, we can see that there is only a thin layer of color sandwiched between many layers of clear glass.
We'll give it a nice flash with our torch there on the end of the connection point. That connection point allows us to be able to stay on the pipe and work on a piece. And so when it's time to remove it, we give it a nice flash, make sure it's super duper hot. So when we drop the water on it, that shock sets in and permeates through the glass. So when we tap it, it pops off very easily. So put a little bit of water on the connection there, tap the pipe. And then we'll hot torch it. Let's give them a round of applause for all their hard work. And we'll stamp it made at MOG. Everything that's stamped with the Museum of Glass logo has been made here in the Hot Shop by the Hot Shop team, and it is in the store. And so if you want to take a piece home from Museum of Glass, be sure to look out for the made at MOG items within the store. We also have Trenton Kyocho's ornaments in the store on the Christmas tree. So all the ornaments that he's designing are available. There should be a good amount available today in the store also. We only produce one annual ornament, and it changes every single year. So that makes it really fun to collect them over time. So for all my kiddos in the audience, we have a really cool program here at the Museum of Glass. It's known as Kids Design Glass. You'll see it on exhibit in the Grand Hall and then also in the Art Alley. So this program is designed for children under the age of 12 to submit an illustration with a really fun story. And if it is chosen by the Hot Shop team, then you will be invited back to watch your creation be made here in the Hot Shop. And one will be made for us and our collection to exhibit, and the other will go home with you and your family. So, for the kiddos in the audience, can we please see the Kids Design Glass?
Like art through the ages, glass has always been sort of made by designer and maker. And so to highlight that relationship, we created Kids Design Glass, where kids age 12 and under can make a drawing and submit it to us. We'll make two pieces, give one to the family, and we'll keep one to put in our collection and build the exhibition that has been Kids Design Glass.
We get a huge stack of drawings, and we sift through them to pick the ones that we can make and the ones that are interesting.
200-300 drawings a month, so we get a stack of drawings.
We go through each one. It's a drawing and a story about the drawing.
Probably the most unique drawings are the ones that really stick out. The ones that aren't like based on a character that they've already seen, the ones that come straight from their imagination.
Usually kids by that age, they're not really tainted by like pop culture and outside influences. They kind of like what they like.
My original idea for the rainbow marshmallow, when the marshmallow melts, what comes out are their tears. And this one cries rainbows. Like in the inside is all rainbow. It was the first time that I was like kind of made contact into like the glass blowing world. And what was really fun about it was knowing that a piece that I've come up with that is like part of my self-expression was like interesting enough for others to like incorporate it into the real world.
Being in a creative environment, I think that builds self-esteem, and the fact that they're going to have this thing that they're going to have the rest of their lives of something that they had as a child, and then knowing that they're actually like in a museum collection, which is pretty incredible when you're under 12 years old.
If any other kids are entering the program, then I'd say I really hope that your art gets chosen. It is really mesmerizing to see the details being put on. I was just very happy that the Hot Shop team actually chose my art. Who knows, maybe if you're timing it just right, you could actually get up there when your art is like being displayed up there.
For 20 years, made some wild things. It's so free, and I would say loose, but what we really pay attention to is making sure that we're capturing all the details.
There's so many challenges in making the kids design drawings, and I think that's something that maybe the average viewer wouldn't notice.
A lot of these objects are very fragile and are just different than any of the other glass I usually work on.
The way the kids draw them, they just have no idea of what, glass can do, so they just draw it however their mind imagines this object.
We're talking with them, making sure that we're seeing the color the same way, making sure that, the eyes are on one side or they're supposed to be on both sides.
Appendages and weird helmets, they're all great challenges and things that we wouldn't necessarily run into without this program. I think it's inspiring for us as glassmakers, and I hope it's inspiring for the kids doing the drawings. I hope the kids kind of see that their creativity is this muscle that they need to exercise.
One of the best parts about the program is seeing the kid in the front row giving us tips on how we can make it better or things they don't like that we're doing. They have a voice here.
I designed the lion crab in 2011. Just recently, we went back to the museum, and seeing my piece on display at the museum was just incredible.
I mean, we have times where people come in the crowd and some young adult, in their 20s or early 30s, is like, hey, you made my kids design glass, and they bring out their phone and show us a picture, and it's them like 10 years old, and it's to see the impact that we've made. I think every single one is special.
So as you can see, this process starts by dipping into the furnace. Sometimes when the pipes get a little too hot, we'll go over to the pipe cooler and cool them down. It's just water. The stainless steel is not the best conductor of heat, but it does start to accumulate once we continue to dip into those high temperature furnaces and ovens. Sometimes you gotta cool them down. They get a little spicy to touch. Oh, thanks. So after we put the hook on the top of the ornament, we'll take the tongs and then put them into the oven. Let's give Trent a big round of applause for all his hard work on these ornaments. Woo-hoo. So now here we're getting ready. After we elongated the bubble, we'll go in with our papers and Sarah will blow into the end of the hollow pipe there. And so sometimes when the glass starts to expand, you can miss it because as they rotate back and forth in shape, pay attention to whenever you see her put her mouth on the end of the pipe there, she's actually expanding the bubble. And then we'll go back into the reheating chamber to get some more heat into the glass, get it nice and hot so we can continue to manipulate the shape at the bench. With our jacks, we'll start to pinch right there at the end of the pipe. We're carving in a jack line. This area is creating tension so then that way we can remove ourselves later. So this is known as carving in a jack line. So we'll go ahead and carve into the glass again, and we're just going to make a couple more carves into the glass for the body of the kitty cat vase. So now we've attached an additional rod on the end of the cat body. This is going to be a cat picture. It was designed by one of our staff members in a contest, staff design glass. We'll put a little bit of water on the jack line that we carved in earlier. We'll tap the pipe, and then it'll remove us from the blowpipe. Then we'll go back into the reheating chamber. Can we please see the glory hole diagram? So we have to, as you can see here on the big screen, the glory hole is powered by natural gas and forced air, and it's used to reheat the glass to keep it from breaking. The temperature is kept around 2,300 degrees. And so we'll go in and out of the reheating chamber to get the glass nice and hot and shape it at the bench. Thank you. We'll go in and just tweeze out that excess glass, and then we'll cut with our shears to create a nice and even top. We have to place the glass into annealing ovens after it has been created, because it can't just remain in the natural environment, or else it may crack due to shock. So now we're adding on the tail portion of the kitty cat picture. Can we see the diagram of the illustration? Thank you. So if you look up at the big screen there, you'll be able to see the staff design, Yasmin design, our cat picture. Thank you. We'll use that hot torch. That hot torch is the smallest thing. It's a pretty small tool that we use here, but it gets up to about 5,000 degrees. And so it's super duper hot. Get it nice and hot and shape in the mouth of the, or the spout of the pitcher. We'll put a little bit of water on that connection point, tap the pipe, and remove the piece from the pipe. All right, let's give them a big round of applause for all their hard work this morning. And then we'll use the hot torch to just clean up the bottom and stamp it made at MOG. Everything that was stamped made, or everything that's stamped made at MOG in the store was made here by the Hot Shop team. And then we'll put it into the annealing oven where it'll rest overnight to cool down. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here at the Hot Shop on this beautiful Sunday morning. And in just a moment, we'll start the process all over again. And you'll be able to see how it starts with the molten hot glass from out of the furnace. That molten hot glass is clear within our furnaces. And we add color to it, and today we're doing the color overlay process to add color to the glass. But over here, Trenton is using chopped glass, which is frit, to add color, which will give us that really pretty purple and kind of white speckles on the outside of the ornaments. So to start our next cat picture, we'll start by dipping into the furnace there to gather up some glass. The furnace is about 2100 degrees and it can hold up to about 1,000 pounds of molten hot glass. And that glass looks orange, but it's really just clear. It's just so hot. And then we'll blow into the end of the pipe there and cap it, which will create a bubble. And then on the far right side of the hot shop, you'll see Gabe there. He has a color bar, and this is how we're going to apply color to the glass today. So we're going to take this white color and lay it over the clear bubble. Can we see the cat picture? I mean, the cat picture illustration. Thank you. So we're making a black cat picture. It won't be black. We've done different colors to make it really fun. This was a staff design designed by Yasmin from our admissions frontline desk. I don't think Yasmin's at frontline today, but her design was chosen. And so now we are making cat pictures. So if you look up at the big screen, we'll go with that white color bar, lay it over the clear bubble, and then she'll go in with her diamond shears to snip it. The diamond shears are a really great tool because in one cut, it'll remove the entire piece of glass. So they give a nice 360 diamond cut. So now that that color has cooled down a bit, we'll go back into the furnace and gather some more glass over it. So we don't use a lot of color. We use a little bit of color and a whole lot of clear. So then that way, when we blow it out, it looks like all one color, but really it's clear with color that's been blown and expanded to fill the surface. She'll go back to the bench with her block to cool the outer layers of that glass down. The block is a piece of hollowed out cherry wood that has been soaked in water. The water protects the glass as well as the wood, and it helps keep those inner layers nice and hot while cooling down those outer layers. So now that we've elongated that bubble and stretched it out a bit, we'll go in with our jacks and carve in a jack line. So pinch into the glass, which will create tension in this area. It'll help us indicate the bottom of the pipe and the beginning of the piece. So we'll carve in what we refer to as a jack line. So she'll blow into the end of the pipe there as he shapes it and guides the glass with the papers. The papers are just regular newspaper folded up and soaked in water. put a little bit of water on that jack line and knock it off the pipe. And now we'll be able to work on the opposite side to make the top of the kitty cat ears. So now we'll go in and tweeze that glass right there at the lip and then we'll shear it off. And we do this just to clean up that part that we removed from the pipe. Sometimes it can be a little jagged. So we'll just clean it up. In just a moment, Sarah will bring over a cat picture tail. The picture in the middle of at the middle bench here is a cat picture that we are making. Can we please see the illustration? And all of these pictures will be available in our store. So if you have any interest in them, eventually you can see them in the store or online if you'd like to purchase a cat picture. We'll give a little hot bridge to the spout of the pitcher, shape it in, and then we'll be close to finish with this cat pitcher. If you ever have any interest in working or creating anything in the hot shop, there are some hands-on workshops that we offer. You can also create like a fuse tile or a slump tile in the education studio. It's a little bit more calm, not so hot. All the application is cold. So be sure to check out our programs and workshops online if you ever want to come and experience glassmaking here at the museum. We'll give it a nice flash with that torch there before we get ready to remove it from the pipe. put a little bit of water on that connection point. Tap the pipe and the vibrations will help knock the piece off the end of the pipe. Let's give them a round of applause for all their hard work. And then we'll stamp it made at MOG. Everything that we stamp made at MOG is available in the in the Museum of Glass store, as well as our ornaments, our annual ornaments that Trenton is creating today here. He's produced our annual ornaments that are on the Christmas tree in the store. So if you guys are interested in taking an item home that was made here in the hot shop, be sure to look out for all the made at MOG stamps. And in just a moment, we'll get started with the process all over again. I'll tell you guys a little bit about the machines, the ovens, and the furnaces here, and then we'll get into the process. So can we please see a picture of the furnace? Our furnaces are the silver tanks here with the black doors, and they hold up to about 1,000 pounds of molten hot glass. They're powered by natural gas and forced air. They run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they rest at about 2,100 degrees. And so dipping into the furnace is like dipping into a jar of honey. So as we rotate that hollow steel pipe, the glass contains a certain level of viscosity, which allows it to adhere to itself. And then from there, we'll go back to the bench and shape the glass or add color to it. Today's color application is known as color overlay, and Trenton is using color frit, which is little pieces of chopped glass in a bowl. Can we please see the color overlay video?